Oh, there's been rain here.
What? We must be in the wrong place.
The ground, it has water on it.
You got lost.
Yeah.
Did you bring the key back? Yeah, you did.
I gave it to you.
Yeah, I know. Just testing.
Honestly, I wouldn't trust me with such a thing either.
Over the next couple of weeks, I would feel really uncomfortable and I wouldn't be encouraging my family.
Visitors to be better educated. Joys and the dangers posed by water. Now, the recommended guidelines from Australian Swim School, Mark says maybe they could close the area like they do at beaches when it's rough. That is an option, but you can imagine the logistics of trying to shut down for instance, the injured up area where this young man was swept away last week. I mean, very rough area, lots of rocks. I'm not sure how you close it down. On footy, Daniel in Cannington says for an AFL Grand Final to matter, we need one or both WA teams in it.
Alright, you can walk home if you want to.
No.
Feed the dogs for me.
Sure.
Thanks, love. And when I turn up, you can help unpack.
Yep. What's up, dumb idiot dog? Now it's time to get down. Welcome to a tour of my backyard, part 2, electric fence. Oh, fuck. I have my trusty sidekick Kara with me today. How are we doing, Kara? Fucking attention-seeking little bitch you are. Who could say no to you, Kara? Who could say no to you except me? Let's face it, I can't say no to you. What am I even talking about? This has no purpose, I'm just showing off how cute my dog is. Now, I wasn't able to cover all of the everything in my last video on my backyard, so I'll be giving you some extra information and extra locations. I've already shown you around this area, there's the fucking tree stump, but there are a couple other places around the place. For example, this place that I haven't shown you yet. Pretty sure I mentioned this in the last video, but inside that little bundle of trees there is a well. Unprotected. You could just sort of fall into it if you felt like it. In fact, I'd go as far to say that some people might actually fall into it unintentionally. I mean, it's got some rogs? It's got some rocks around the edge, but apart from that, there's no protection, and you just sort of... You can see the edge of the hole just in there. It go down. It's been 10 minutes and Kara's already fucking deserted me. Lovely. Here's what appears to be a road, and I've got no clue where it goes. Here's some flat grassy area that I didn't know existed until just then. So, guess it shows how much I go out. Yeah, this is it's a nice spot, I suppose. Whoa! Did you see that cool transition? That was pretty epic, wasn't it? I'm standing in the same spot. This has been a public message advising young children not to try improvise comedy unless they know what they're doing. Okay, I just found this thing and I've got no clue what it is. Little barbed wire fence almost encircling what appears to be a pit. Shut the fuck up, you loud bastard. Where are you? I can't even see you on my camera. I'm not sure how I'm expecting the camera to focus, but there's a jet that's flying above me right now and it's making a heck of a fucking racket. There are these things around here. Gonna be honest, got no clue what they are. But it's gone now. It is indeed a pit. I don't know what this was. Or why it's encircled by barbed wire fence. This is a little, like, ditch sort of pit thing. I don't know why it's here. Want to see it after rain. That'll look cool. Right now I'm standing on top of an old, like, track that my dad made for me to ride around on quad bike. However, when he made it, he failed to take into account the fact that I'm an immobile piece of shit. Come to think of it, I might be able to use it for a video or something in the future. That'd be neat. That's the windmill I climbed up on at the beginning of the video. It is a windmill. Here's the old camp. It's not actually called the old camp, it's called something else, but this something else is also racist, so I'm just going to call it the old camp. This place is finally safe to explore because in Australia it's now winter and the snakes are no longer everywhere. Here's a glimpse inside. It's no question as to why I'm too scared to go in here when there are snakes as well. Ah, that's a nice sign as you're walking in the door. Crossbars on the pavement, nice old wooden chair. Here's the lovely kitchen. You can see we've got a nice fireplace, a refrigerator over there. In here we have the guest room. Sorry, the mattress isn't at its best at the moment. We just had a young couple stay there and whatnot, and not entirely sure what they did. There's the main bedroom, I think. Oh god. Oh no, why is there white stuff on the mirror? As you can see, we have some work here from various local artists. However, the main focus of the old camp is this room that I'm in at the moment. Because it looks like looks like I'm going to be murdered in here. What is this even... I'm not going to tell you where these came from, because I don't personally know. I don't like this place. My feet are absolutely covered in goat shit. And a nice final touch to the exquisite bit of architecture. Here's the toilet. Isn't it great? Nice. All in all, a pretty good haunted house. This is one of the storage rooms. As you can see, it's storing quite a few things. We've got some old shit, some fridge Tetris, and some old appliances in the corner. Now, the main exciting thing about the storage room, or this one in particular, is that it's inside of a bigger storage room. This is the shed, and it's a big, real big shed that I helped build. There's actually a really good photo of me T-posing on the roof. God, I love 2018. Here's a something. I don't know what it is. Here's a boat with some biscuits in it. Boat. Here is someone's car that I don't recognize. Never seen that car before. There's the Hiab, the bulldozer, the caravan, and Steve. I will admit Steve looks a bit weird, but you can't hold that against someone. Welcome back to the scrapyard. Here we can see pipes. Here we have our slightly smaller pipe collection. It's not a slightly smaller collection, it's a collection of slightly smaller pipes. This is the shit heap. I still have no clue what these boxes are for. Like, there are no openings in them anywhere. They're just sort of steel metal boxes. Ooh. Oh, steel metal boxes. I deserved all of that. Now my head hurts too. There is the really quite small pipe collection. There's the really quite small pipe collection. It only has 5 items and none of them are pipes. Here is another dump of something. So in the average, like, urban sheds, spare parts pile, they might have a couple of these things, mainly just bolts, fittings, tools, and whatnot. A couple of them will have a pipe collection comparable to ours. Most of them won't have whatever the fuck that is. Almost none of them will have a cage. Meanwhile, in my spare parts tip, this is a spare part. What the fuck even is this? This is like the full-on frame of a machine. And it's just sitting here next to the polypipe pile. But this here is what I really wanted to show you. I didn't show you this last time because last time spiderweb. Because last time I didn't really know what it was. Because first I was just like, big fuel tank. But then Jack and I, while he was still here, decided to take a look at it, and I feel unsteady walking on this metal because it looks so thin. But just look down there. What? This is what it looks like inside. It's just like compartmentalized square. What is this? What does it mean? Oh, I'm gonna wait for it to go quiet and then see how long these reverberations last for. Apple. Eat. The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets harder as it continues. The 5-minute test will begin in 30 seconds. Please take your place at the starting. On a side note, the inside is completely covered with a weird, like, white particulate. And I don't know what it is. So that's very disconcerting. Fun fact, I am in 3 choirs. In terms of, like, voice type, I'm a bass, but in the first choir I'm in the parts so high that they're usually baritone or even tenor. The second one, I sing baritone, even though I'm better at singing bass than the basses. I really nailed the voiceless velar fricative that time. However, a voice quack quickly ensued. And in the third choir I'm in, I can hit a low D, except fun time, I sing tenor because no one else can. We have 1 tenor and then 2 basses pretending to be tenors, and then 4 basses who can only sing bass. And most of them are just baritones pretending to be basses. Anyway, this is the whinging hole. That's where naughty children go when they're, misbehaving. It's also the place where you stand underneath when you're trying to repair a car from the bottom and don't want to sit on your back for 2 hours straight. I'd go down there, but, I'm a bit hesitant because there are troves of mosquitoes. I'll see if I can show you the mosquitoes coming out. Because there are many. Oh. Might put this place on Airbnb, honestly. How much space is there in this Airbnb? About 2.5 square meters? What more do you need? Well, that concludes the tour of my backyard. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my backyard. Here's a satellite dish. If I show you this, I get to give away my latitude. Can't have that now, can we? Also, this is the vegetable patch. This is where we grow the vegetables. It's where I came from. So, that concludes the tour of my backyard, but you definitely haven't seen the last of me. I'll be doing some more dumb shit in the future if you're interested in that. And, yeah. I'll soon finish editing and uploading all the stuff that Jack and I did while he was here. And then I'll move on to some actual content. I've got a video in the works about the rules of biology, and it's going to be real funny. So, yeah. Go long. The last shot is just a fucking upside down beetroot.